Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Film Optix, brought to you by the Drive-In Podcast Network, where we discuss film, TV, and everything pop culture related. I'm your host, Christian, and I'm joined by one of my co-hosts, Devin, and today we are reviewing the latest Netflix film, The Mitchells versus the Machine, otherwise known as Connected, for all you people who have been following this film for a while. But before we get started, really quick, we just like to thank Netflix for allowing us to review this film early for you guys. But I'm just going to take over to Devin here for a second. How's your week been, man? You know, you've been...
Happy Monday.
How was your weekend?
As happy as a Monday can be.
Yeah, it's happy. Hey, the day's over, so on to Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
How was your weekend?
Not too bad. How about yours?
It was actually pretty quiet.
Didn't do much.
Yeah, I watched a lot of TV. I had to tackle 2 shows in a weekend, finished them both. So my written pieces will be up on the Music City Drive-In website later this week. Alongside this, we have a lot of things happening this week, and we also have another special little segment thing I've been working on here for the old podcast as well. So, you know, there's so much to do. And I realize that this is probably one of the busiest weeks. I mean, we have Mortal Kombat coming out this week. We got the Oscars this weekend as well. Mitchells versus the Machine. That actually will not be dropping until, this review will be out, but I think it's not hitting Netflix until April 30th. So today we're just going to be giving our first thoughts, our first impressions, our initial reactions of this movie. So of course this will be spoiler free for all of you wonderful people out there. And before we begin today's review, you can listen to our podcast on platforms around the internet, including YouTube. If you're listening on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button down below and let us know what you think of the movie. Let us know what you think of our review as well. And you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Film Optix. That is Optix with an X for all of our latest announcements. So, let's just dive straight on in. I'll give the story plot synopsis here really quick, and we'll kind of just get into it. So the story reads, a quirky dysfunctional family's road trip is upended when they find themselves in the middle of a robot apocalypse and suddenly become humanity's unlikeliest last hope. Directed by Rianda and Rowe. And stars, we got Olivia Colman, we got André, and a few other nice little surprises in there as well. It's also written by Rianda and Rowe as well. As I said before, it is dropping on Netflix on April 30th, so at the smack dab end of the month. And the runtime is around an hour and 53. Actually, the runtime is an hour and 53 minutes, and no scores as of yet because we're kind of recording this a little early, 2 days early. I think this is going to drop on the 21st, which will be Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. So we got that looking forward to. But Devin, let's just kick off. Like you said, you watched this movie. You watched it yesterday?
Last night.
Oh, last night. So, well, I guess let me start first, and then I want to switch it up a little bit, but I watched this film twice. I've watched it twice since we received it early to review here on the pod, and I was actually like really blown. I was blown away, honestly. It's at first I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it. That wasn't like the first the intro, like 5 to 10 minutes, and then it just got like really, really good out of nowhere, and I was invested. You know, I'm a huge advocate for animated films. I love them to death. Probably my second favorite genre of films next to comic book movies. But yeah, it kind of just, it spoke volumes. It really gives you like a day and age of technology of like the old versus the new. And I was surprised, honestly. I didn't know how this was actually going to hold up. Only one thing, some part of me wishes that it would have stayed as the title Connected, but I wanted to shoot it over to you.
I mean, you took the words right out of my mouth. Actually, I was going to say that I was blown away. I didn't know what to expect. Sony Animation in particular is very, very inconsistent. Like they have some of the highest highs, but also like
The
the
lowest
lowest lows imaginable. Like here's a list here. We got some of the best animated movies the past 10 years. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the Lego movie. Like those are like top-notch animated films. Then we got Emoji Movie, Angry Birds movie, 1 and 2.
Oh, life. Was Spies in the Skies, was that Sony? Or was that DreamWorks?
I don't remember.
I'll have to look it up. Spies.
Yeah, Sony's also had. I never watched the Cloudy with Chance of Meatballs or the Hotel Transylvanias, but there's been a lot of them.
Cloudy and the Chance of Meatballs was actually pretty good. I liked that one for sure.
But I would say this movie stands up there with the best of the best as far as animated movies with Into the Spider-Verse and Lego Movie.
Oh, there you go.
Really is just. I just didn't know what to expect, and it came in guns a-blazing, right into the action. But then it does such a good job in the beginning of kind of pulling your heartstrings in the beginning.
Yeah,
movies don't do that a lot. Usually they wait till the end to pour all the sadness onto you.
Yeah,
but this one had some good emotional moments all throughout the movie.
It really did. I mean, you have the relationship between Katie and her dad, and we you see throughout the movie that they were close at one point of their life. This is about Katie, going off to school, and all like there's there's always like the big monolith Apple Corporation knockoff, like Pal. Yeah. I think that character, I think that was Eric Andre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how his name was Mark. Just perfect,
Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah. Unfortunately, Parker was supposed to record this with us, but he had work last minute on Saturday, and that's why I had asked you if you had watched it. But I was trying to see if we can all get together for the first time. But it'll definitely happen. But he had to work a double. But he did watch it with me the first time, and he absolutely loved it. Laughing and giggling throughout the entire thing. And
there were a few moments where I laughed out loud. Like there's some really funny moments. It did a good job of capturing meme culture. Especially for someone that age, like in their teenage years, like just the randomness and obscurities of meme culture. Just things happening for no reason.
Yeah, it was really the entire, like, the cast, even the father, who I thought was voiced by for whatever reason for a second, I thought it was voiced by oh my gosh, not Will Ferrell, Seth Rogen, but no, it's Danny McBride.
Danny McBride, Seth Rogen light.
They literally though. So also a really quick, Spies in Disguise, that was Blue Sky Studios. That was not Sony. For some reason, I thought it was. But yeah, Danny McBride plays the father, and it's just like I was like,
you wouldn't expect that to fit, but the voice works out really well.
It really
for the father.
Yeah, Maya Rudolph plays the mother, and
Abby Jacobson plays Katie.
Is she from Kissing Booth?
She's from Broad City. That's what I know her from.
Broad City. I don't think I've ever heard of that before. I might have, but I don't know. And who was the son, the little brother?
I looked it up. The son was actually the director.
Was it? Oh, okay.
The writer-director.
Oh, yeah. And of course, we have one of my favorite characters, which was Pal, voiced by Olivia Colman. Didn't even recognize that was her until I saw her in the credits.
I also like the two robots, Fred Armisen and Beck Bennett.
That was honestly probably the best part of this entire
Conan O'Brien is credited, but I don't know what he was the voice of.
Conan O'Brien, yeah. I wonder if he was maybe just like a bypasser. Then we had the not the Mitchells, but the other perfect family in this movie. We won't give obviously too much away there, but yeah, it was really nice. But yeah, I really like how this film, yes, it is a family film, and a lot of animated movies tend to pull on your heartstrings, but this one actually did its job. I was talking to Jacob over at the Music City Drive-In podcast, and he was saying that it really it's kind of like a combination between Spider-Verse and Onward, because you have
animation style is so similar to Spider-Verse.
Yeah, all those graphics. I was like, wow, that was like really, really cool. Yeah, it was a great time, man. But so what did you think of the chemistry between the cast? Like, who are some of your favorite characters?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I shed some tears.
I did too.
The emotional moments just hit so hard. Just the father-daughter relationship was the one that was spotlighted throughout the movie, and some of those scenes just hit hard. Yeah,
it really, really did. Especially towards the end too. It's like, not even towards, like, I don't know.
In the beginning, there's a scene where it tugs at you, and then it just keeps building into the end.
Yeah. And I wish we would have gotten, like, one little gripe I have with it would probably be, I wish we would have gotten more of what happened. Was it just, kids grow up, parents, kids get older, and there's just more of that disconnect.
They kind of planted some seeds throughout as to how she was feeling towards her father.
Yeah.
But not supporting everything she was into.
Yeah. And, hey, she taught herself Photoshop. So a lot of tech jokes in here, like a huge amount. Even when it comes to, putting the older generations, I won't say boomers, but what are they? Generation X, I think they are, like our parents. Like it really kind of makes fun of, how parents handle technology.
And that was one of the worries I had going in, because it easily could have just been like a very preachy, like technology is bad type of movie.
Yeah.
But that's like a very small part of it. It's definitely family focused. And there are some moments where, they're all staring at their phone screens, but it's not like the main message of the movie.
Yeah. That's what I like. And I really wonder what made them change the name from Connected to The Mitchells versus the Machine, because this was supposed to come out in theaters, and I would have loved to see it in theaters, but we didn't hear anything about this film for a while. So it was like, like, when was it coming out? And I think someone that I follow was like, they're like, what the hell happened to Connected? And then one of the directors actually commented on it. And they're like, hey, we'll have more information about it soon. But it kind of really just went under the radar out of nowhere. Like, we got that small little clip it trailer, and
that's we're being excited for the trailer, and then it just disappeared.
Yeah. I really hope that Sony Animation kind of keeps up. I mean, even if it is like Lord and Miller, when it comes,
anything Lord and Miller is attached to, it's going to be a hit.
Yeah.
At this point, it's guaranteed.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can definitely see this. I mean, between the other animated movies we've seen this year, there's Raya and The Last Dragon. I think that's it. Was that the only other animated film we've seen this year? Was Disney's Raya and The Last Dragon?
Maybe.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, we've seen other animated things, but I think this is only our second animated movie.
Honestly, I think Sony should just give Lord and Miller their own division within their film company.
You think so?
The Lord and Miller animated company.
L&M.
Because every Sony animated hit is Lord and Miller, Lego Movie, Spider-Verse, and this.
Yeah. That is very true. So, okay, I don't know. Oh, no, wait. I saw Earwig and the Witch earlier this year. So that was that was so terrible. That was my first animated film of the year. I wouldn't really count Tom and Jerry.
I don't want to count that as anything.
That was rough. But yeah, so for me,
like the opposite, just no heart.
Yeah. Oh, my God, it was terrible. So yeah, for me, I think what we've reviewed on the podcast so far, it was me, Leo, and Zach Hope. We reviewed Earwig and the Witch from this earlier this year in January, and that was rough. My God. But yeah, definitely took a turn upward when we saw Raya and then this. So I guess between this and Raya, which one did you enjoy more? Because I think I'm leaning towards this
Definitely this.
More so. I mean, I loved Raya. You know, it definitely has like the Avatar, The Last Airbender vibes and whatnot, you know, that young fantasy aspect. But I think
Raya is definitely safer, like a safer story.
Yeah. This was great. Like, I really, really enjoyed it.
It took some risks.
It really did, especially with a few of the characters as well. So a few speculations have been going on for a while, and some of those have definitely been confirmed. But yeah, it was, oh man, I'm honestly trying to think of anything that really bugs me with this movie. But like, to be completely honest, I'm drawing a blank. To be like, I kind of want another one, but
I had one issue with the movie, and it was just that the mom kind of takes a back seat throughout.
She was great too.
And like at the end, she really comes out strong, but up until then, it was really just father, daughter, and brother sister relationships that they dove into.
Yeah, Linda, who's voiced by Linda Mitchell, who's voiced by Maya Rudolph. She seemed more of the peacemaker in everything, you know, with her being a teacher and whatnot. And and that does make sense. I mean, with her, you know, being who she is, it was very. Wait, Chrissy Teigen's in this movie? Oh, that's right.
The Posies.
The Posies. Oh my gosh, the perfect family.
I mean, we can't forget about the star of the show,
Doug the Pug,
Monchi,
who was actually voiced. Wait, no, that wasn't. I don't know if actually whose dog they used, but yeah, man, I forgot Chrissy Teigen was in here. I was like, wait a minute, but yeah, I don't. When I was watching it with Parker, you know, he kind of like called all this, like he kind of just dissected as he was going on. He's like, that's going to happen. He's like, I bet you. I was like, all right, we'll see. And then, but it is a kid's movie. They're not super hard to dissect. So sorry, Parker, but no, I'm kidding. But yeah, was there anything? I do agree with your point really quick about, you know, the mom kind of taking a back seat. Like, I mean, every like scene she was in, like she did a great job, especially towards the end. I thought that was amazing. You know, I thought Olivia Colman did a great job. It's kind of like one of those movies where you don't really, it's not that like they hide their voices, but it's just, you don't recognize it. And for Olivia Colman, I didn't know that was her until the end credits, which are beautiful, by the way. I definitely recommend.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
Yeah.
Even staying through the credits is some great moments.
Yeah, it was really, really nice. I was like, oh, that is just really, it really is a heartfelt movie, and it just warms you up, honestly.
Especially for us. I mean, we live like several hours away from our family, so it's nice to just have this as a reminder.
Yeah, it really does. Absolutely. What? Oh my God. And Jim Posey, of course, is Joe much.
Of course, the perfect family.
The perfect family. The perfect family. Trying to see, who was their daughter? Voiced by Haley. There's Haley, Jim Posey.
Charlyne Yee.
Oh, Abby Posey. Okay. Yeah, Charlyne Yee. Yeah, I'm not sure who that is. Honestly, let me see if I can look her up. Oh, it kind of looks familiar. Oh, she's in Knocked Up, Steven Universe. Okay. This is 40, Paper Heart. Cool.
And not to spoil anything, but I've never enjoyed the song "Live Your Life" more. I never appreciated it more than from this movie.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely kind of like cut out a few parts, but I mean, overall, the song is not like inappropriate whatsoever, but they did, you know, it really works here. So it's like, you know, it really gives you an idea.
It was a good time capsule.
Yeah, really. Yeah, because it's like, what year are they even living in? You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. It was just a great film, and I highly recommend everyone to go see this. If
sit down with your family and turn it on. I plan on doing that when I go back. Like, yeah, I'm gonna make them watch it.
I definitely want to watch it again. Like, this is the first time I've actually seen a movie like 3 times since like, Endgame? I think so. I can't remember. Yeah, I think that was the last movie I saw.
Yeah, it's also one of those movies where there's like a joke a minute, like at least. So there's definitely stuff you're gonna miss.
Yeah, but it's not like super, because like some things you can kind of miss if you're like a little bit hard of hearing, especially with Aaron Mitchell, the little brother.
Yeah,
because there's certain things when he's like off in the distance, and it's like, oh. But yeah, you really have to listen to what they're saying. But it's not that like, oh, it's difficult to hear what they're saying. It's just that you may be laughing at one scene and then, they might bring up something else and then you totally miss it. So I guess putting it on Netflix does give you that option to kind of, scrub through, rewind, and play and pause and whatnot. But yeah, honestly, when I watch this, it's not too long. I think it's a perfect.
It's actually like almost 2 hours. It's a pretty solid length.
Yeah, for an animated show or not series. Wow, movie. Usually they clock in around like hour 30, but like this is maybe hour 40. Yeah, this is pushing 2 hours.
53.
Yeah, it didn't feel like it was. It didn't feel like it was 2 hours. I wanted
to keep going.
I really did. Really did. I wonder what year they're actually living in though. Because it's like, you have the robots, you have PAL, and they seem way more, advanced than even Apple is. But the robots kind of reminded me of stormtroopers in a way. So I wonder if that was a nice little homage to them. But yeah, the Mitchells versus the Machines. What did you think of the title change really quick before we head out of here?
Oh. I don't know. Connected is definitely simpler. Mitchell's versus the Machines is a mouthful. Like it's hard to say easily.
Yeah, it's kind of like with the Falcon and Winter Soldier. And sorry about that. And my phone connected to my to my audio source here, and I didn't realize that she was calling in. But that's all right. Anyway, so yeah, I do agree. It is a mouthful. It's like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's just so. It's a lot to get out there. I can see why they did the Mitchells versus the Machines, because that is literally what the movie is about, in a sense. But
I would have been fine with just the Mitchells.
Yeah, I would have been fine with just the Mitchells or Connected. Honestly,
I could see maybe why they changed from Connected, because it's just kind of disconnected.
Yeah. But yeah, the Mitchells would have been nice. So but it is what it is. This is definitely something I really hope that comes out on physical media, to be completely honest, because I would love to own this film. It's everything. It pretty much gave us a movie that we didn't know that we needed, and we know how reactionary Sony can be sometimes, alongside like Warner Brothers. So it's like, because I think after Spider-Verse came out, they wanted to see if they can like copyright like the comic book, like the dots, like the old school comic book look for their future Spider-Man films. But I don't think they got that, because it's too much of a general or public domain use thing. But yeah, this is definitely Lord Miller has it written all over it. And yeah, let's honestly just get into scores. Let's get out of here. It's a Monday. So, Devin, what would you give this on the rating scale? You give it an A? I'm guessing you're giving it a solid A, but I'm not.
It's getting an A.
Oh, there you go.
It earned it.
So like a 95?
Yeah, 95. Like I said, the mother issue was the only real thing I had.
Mm. Yeah, so I'm also going to give it a solid A. It's like you said, it's not perfect. The mother thing that you brought up is a really good point. And then, yeah, I just wish we got like a little bit more of what had happened between, between Katie and her father. But at the same time, it's kind of like, it's just kids grow up and, like priorities and everything's changed, and it's just them.
I'd like that they were both at fault in the end. They both messed up.
That was really, really nice. It wasn't more of a, a common, so, a person's going to apologize to B person at the end of the movie and everything's going to be okay. But no, yeah, it definitely was a two-way street, which is way more realistic in my eyes. Cause it's like, I mean, when it comes to arguments like that, it's never just one person's fault. Like obviously there's been a lot of build up between these characters and whatnot. So we kind of get to see the aftermath and the results of that. But yeah, so we got solid A's from both me and Devin, double A's over here. I'm also
shout out to the animators, man. I mean, it just looks so good.
It looks so beautiful,
and there were so many drawings too. I don't even want to know how long it took.
Yeah, it was just so vibrant. Like it wasn't like oversaturated or anything like that, but it was just it's just like
it's so unique.
The way that like people our age or even younger, the way that some of us connect with the world, it is through the lens of a cell phone or a not a camcorder, but just a digital camera and whatnot. It's just people experience worlds in different ways, and that this movie really kind of hones in on a lot of that. But it's not like like you said, it's not like technology bad. It actually shows more so of the good and bad that technology can bring and whatnot, but it's not like a super crazy type of thing. But I will say, I think it might have been made more sense that they changed from Connected to the Mitchells, because now it's like anytime I think of the Mitchells, I'm probably just going to think of them. Like anytime anyone says the Mitchells, the Mitchells. Yeah, the Mitchells. Yeah. The Mitchells and Monchi.
Monchi
Mitchell. But yeah, so that pretty much concludes this review here. Again, Devin, thank you for coming on and reviewing with me really quick. And we have a lot of stuff coming up this week. Like I said, we have Falcon and Winter Soldier finale. Thank God. Kidding. We have the penultimate episode of Invincible. And we have Mortal Kombat. Well, we haven't decided when we're going to review Mortal Kombat yet, because it's actually kind of a busy weekend. The Oscars are coming up. We got Mortal Kombat coming out this weekend. I'm getting my second vaccination from Pfizer. So I got that coming up this weekend. And so my review for Yasuke, starring Lakeith Stanfield, and my other review for Shadow and Bone should be up by the time this is out, because I believe the embargo for this is the 21st. So I have a lot of things to do. And also I'm going to be starting a new segment here on the podcast called Music City Verified, where I will be pretty much interviewing not Nashville natives, but up and coming Nashville artists in the greater Nashville area, about their about their journey and whatnot, their trials, their tribulations, their aspirations, what have you. So that will also be dropping. I don't know if it's going to be dropping this week, because I do need to get hammer out these other two written pieces for Shadow and Bone, which is very good, and Yasuke as well. So yeah, I mean, we'll definitely keep everyone posted when it comes to Mortal Kombat. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Film Optix. That is Optix with an X. But let's get out of here, and we'll see you guys next time. And that's a wrap for today, everyone. Thank you all for listening. Make sure to check out the other shows over on MusicCityDrivein.com and subscribe to our show so you never miss an episode. That was Devin. My name is Christian, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.
And also leave us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts. We'll see you guys next time.